What's up, folks? This is Add to the Convo Pod. I am here, your co-host Sean. Add to the Convo. I have a very special guest with me here today, Anais Mahogany.
What's up, y'all? What's up, y'all?
Oh, she leaving me hanging. She leaving me hanging.
Oh,
Yeah, psych no, psych no. This is episode 24 of the Add to the Convo Pod. Our last episode did very good. Appreciate y'all for all the support. Make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe this video and also our YouTube channel to stay updated on the upcoming releases. So today we have Anais Mahogany here. Anais, how's things been going? How's life?
Life, I guess, it's at a steady pace now. I feel like, I don't know, I'm very much a chill person. So I feel like life has been chill, but I feel like I kind of got, stuff figured out.
Okay. Okay. So how has, like, you're doing music now. How has that journey been for you?
I feel like it was pretty easy once I honestly got started. Because I didn't just, I was always kind of working on music in private, but I feel like actually taking it serious, I took like a year or two off like after high school, so I used like a whole year to focus on my sound. So I just did that on writing and stuff like that, just figure out who I was. And then after I just started releasing, it kind of just staircased up from there.
Okay. So what was the first song you ever made?
Well, my first song released is called To My Eyes. It's out now, actually.
Okay.
But my first ever song that I actually at least went to the studio to record, it was like this beat, I think, called like Four Walls. And it was very lyrical. I'm glad that I had to shelf that because it was like, I was spitting, but it's like, all right, girl, just your lyrics are coming off. This is too lyrical.
Okay. What does too lyrical mean? I want to know. What does too lyrical mean? I feel like lyrical type music is very like needed in today's time.
Yeah, I feel like it wasn't that it was bad. I just feel like you can see like as an artist, I was still figuring out like the dynamics or how I wanted to come off. Because I feel like as a songwriter, like I can write multiple different songs of like different genres and stuff like that. So I can get to like where it's double entendres in like my lyrics and stuff like that. But I just feel like you can see is like I had something to say. I was just it was just flowing out like a faucet too much. I don't know how to describe it, but it was like, okay, like I wasn't doing too much, but it was just like the lyrics was like, all right, girl, like you're speaking some stuff, but slow it down, I guess.
Okay.
It's hard to explain. But.
Okay. So like when you doing music now, is it hard being a creative in Philly, like when it comes to networking and stuff?
I feel like it's kind of like an even 50-50. Like I feel like the best type of networking I did is when I was actually performing at shows, like other artists, they see me perform, and then like after the show, they'll come up to me, I'll talk to them, or like the last networking event I did, it was like at the Rec Philly.
Okay.
And it was like for just for like upcoming artists and stuff like that. But I feel like Philly, or just like being in like artist period, is very competitive. So I feel like even if you cool with somebody, I feel like sometimes you can see like, I don't know, somebody's energy switching up, or people gravitate towards you for like a certain reason. I feel like I have like a few good people that I know like I can talk to when it comes to this music stuff. So it's good when you find like the right ones.
Yeah, I feel like I think it's because like not even just Philly, just like music period in all states and cities and stuff like that. Actually, all across the world, everybody want to be Beyonce and Jay-Z in the situation. And there's nothing wrong with wanting to be the star, but it's like people need road managers too. I mean, people need engineers and stuff like that. People need executive producers and stuff. So people need a camera guy, videographer and stuff. So I think it becomes that. That's why like a lot of teams really fall apart. Yeah, because nobody really wants to be like, the six man off the bench.
Exactly.
I mean, not knowing that we all still get the ring, even though I'm probably on the bench still. But as long as the team wins, I win. So how do you feel like when it comes to like creating a team for yourself as an artist? I feel like all artists need teams.
Yeah.
In a way.
I feel like right now, like I feel like pretty much like my main team. Like I feel like I wouldn't mind a team, but I feel like it's certain levels to it. Like even if I had a team now, it's like, all right, am I having enough traction, bookings, or like certain stuff to where I need the team? I feel like I have a manager right now. He's like very good at mentoring me. Like if I have a question, I'll ask him and stuff. He's like, I think you're good for this, or like even like the social networking I did in the Rec Philly was because of him sending me like the flyer and stuff. So I feel like right now it's pretty small. I like pray like for a team that's genuine and has integrity. Because it's so easy to get people who, like, you hear stories about like managers running up the money that the people make, or like they're just scamming and stuff. So I would love a team. So in the future reference, anybody's watching right now, hit me up.
Yeah, I think the stories with that, right? It's really sad to see how like certain people take advantage of people that like, I mean, because you really you just hungry to have like success in your music career, get your sound out there, but there's people that's just trying to like eat off what you got and not being genuine. And I feel like, I mean, I feel like we all got to be the change we want to see. I mean, so I tell people all the time, like when it comes to artists on the podcast, I got a few artists I'm working with right now. Like when it comes to like just pushing their music and stuff, right, and just finding out different ways. Like I send people a list of YouTubers that do reacts. I mean, you don't have to have a person that has 100K followers and stuff like that. You can do the people that got 2,000 views and stuff like that. So I tell people all the time, it's just be the change you want to see, and also like in this world today, man, you got to prepare for the switch up.
Yes.
I mean, you got to prepare for the switch up because like once people get what they want out of you, the switch up is there.
The other shoe will drop, and like it's funny seeing it in like real time, like even like with Doechii, like how all of a sudden everybody was like vibing with her, and I feel like once she like snapped at like the Met Gala or some shit like that, like, everybody just started coming at her, and it was like, and it happens with a lot of celebrities, like you can see like you're just waiting on that moment for you to do something wrong, just for them to switch up on you, and it's just like damn.
And Doechii, she's the one that has that what's that song called?
Well, if you're talking about like the pop one, what it is, yeah, that one.
Okay. I think with that, man, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. When it comes to, that's why like being famous, it's a gift and a curse with that, man. I understand the money is there, but like being famous, like you can't be a regular person at all. Like you're not allowed to make mistakes. You're not allowed to argue with your girl or argue with your man and stuff like that.
You
or
go to the store, they exactly, outside,
yeah. You know, that's what I tell people. Being like famous is cool, but man, like you can't even walk through the grocery store by yourself.
I feel like there's limits where I don't want it. Like when it comes to like Beyonce and Michael Jackson, I feel like I'm more so I want the respect. I want to be respected, how they respect and appreciated for what I do. But like where people are going crazy, like it'd be like, oh my gosh, like like you just see people on Twitter like how they talk as if they know these people or like have vendettas toward these people, and it's like, oh my goodness, like can't even log on the internet if you were them because everyone is just see you constantly.
And I think the sad part is, right, I'm looking at the camera and say this. I see people on Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, right, speaking about other people's relationships, wanting to be like them or depicting their relationship. And I just feel like it's really sad because I actually see people tweet and talk about different people's relationships like they're in their relationship.
Yes.
You know, I think it's really sad how we put so much attention onto the wrong stuff as people, and we put all this attention onto the right stuff, such as like our goals, careers, and stuff like that. It'll be a better place out here. I saw somebody talk about somebody's relationship verbatim, like 3 paragraphs. Oh no, he cheated on her in 2016, and she cheated back on him in 2019. How do you know all this?
No, for real.
How do you know all this? I feel like some guys gotta get better, man. Us as people, I feel like we're too nosy into the wrong stuff, and I feel like also we show hate more attention.
Yes.
Like I see artists on like social media, like somebody say, "Oh yeah, your song corny." That would be the only comment, right? That would be the only comment that an artist will respond to. Besides all the other 50 comments, say, "Yo, this is fire, bro."
Yes.
People that comment on every post. So.
And I make sure to like ignore that because I had someone like even recently like this random ass rapper guy from New York, and it's funny because like. When they like say something and you go to their page, it's like, bro, you're so ass and like ass, bro. And he like what he said to me was just like, it was something about like I guess my beat selection, and my beat selection is pretty diverse. Like you saw right here, like of course I did like that drill beat because it was popular. You cater to a certain artist, but it was I went to his page like nigga using the same type of beat basically like like you just said, it's like the negativity. It just highlighted more. Like even when I go to somebody where it's like they'll just post positive stuff, or it can be someone feeding cows, and then like someone's talking about how they look or something like that. It's like I don't know. Like I feel like the internet is just a lot of cons more so now than it was before.
And I feel like too, man. I'm be honest with you. The people on social media that speak bad about somebody that they don't even know or try to stop their process of like chasing their dreams, you're not happy at all. Like some of the happiest people I know in the world wake up happy. Good morning, how you doing, and stuff like that. And it's like negative people can't do happy stuff, but like happy people just can't do negative stuff. So if you're out here doing negative stuff, speaking bad about somebody, it's one thing to have an opinion, right? Because we live in a subjective world. Like I have a podcast, you do music, and I do clothes as well. Like if somebody don't, particularly if like what you do isn't in their like cup of tea, because we all have niches. Everybody has a niche that they fall in line with. It's fine with that. But to say, it's like certain stuff I see people say about people like, all right, come on, you just trying to get under this person's skin. You didn't have to tell her to, stop making music. That's like, I mean,
it's like rage bait.
Rage bait. So how do you feel about, like, how do you get through that as an artist now? Because, like, you are in a subjective industry when it comes to making music. Because, like, you can make a body of work, like 12 or 14 songs, and somebody say every song is trash. How do you deal with stuff like that?
I feel like, at least when I'm starting to get used to now, or at least, because I feel like I criticize myself more than other people would. Okay. So I feel like now it's like, as long as I'm happy with it, I like it, especially if it's music. Like, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I know that my stuff is popping. But even if I'm questioning it, it's like, no matter how much I second guess, as long as I'm liking it or I'm feeling it, like it's satisfied, it feeds my soul, then it's like, what does it matter? Like, even if everyone doesn't like it, as long as I feel like I'm feeling it and I'm happy regardless, then put it out. Because you're going to regret it if you don't. What's the point? If you don't put it out and you do and they hate it, I feel like it would be no difference. And
then I tell people too, like, we're artists, right? It's a lot of popping songs that change some people's lives, right? That a lot of people hate it. You know? Yeah. And I feel like, just because like 10 people say this song is trash does not mean it's not going to be a hit.
Exactly.
I can name a lot of songs that people say that they hate, but it's a hit. It changed somebody's life. Like that, and what's the song called? That Anxiety song.
Oh, I was just about to think of that.
Yeah, like a lot of people hated that song, but I can tell you one thing, that changed that girl's life.
It did. Imagine, it's funny because she released that on YouTube as like a cover in like 2019 before she was really even popping. People like, no, just release like certain people did it, but I'm like, and it's funny because like a lot of times when I see people hate on a song, you're like, oh, this song gives me anxiety, but I'm like, it's kind of the point of the song.
Yeah.
But it is, but yeah, she's shout out to Doechii. She's a phenomenal artist, but definitely was on the same page about that song. But
yeah, so I tell any artist I ever meet, man, keep making what you like, because it's a group of people in this world. Because 8 billion people in the world. It's at least 100,000 to 1 million people that really like your music, and that's really all you need.
That's just true.
10,000, you still doing good. You ask me. You got 10,000 people that could, like, you could sell products to and stuff like that.
And if they're loyal too, like listeners.
Yeah, cause you got some people, man. Like, I think, how do you feel like when it comes to like people giving up on their dreams too soon?
I feel like you should. Like, I feel like if you know it's for you, cause I feel like keep trying. Cause like, even how they say if you don't try, like it's still failing or something like that. Failing is how you learn. I feel like you have to give yourself a chance to fall. If you don't give yourself a chance to learn, like, do you think Michael Jackson had it down like that? Granted, his dad was on him like a Navy SEAL. But, you know, like even Beyonce, like even still she has time. Do you think she has that? And I know she practices multiple times a day. Like, practice makes perfect. Yeah. The best pianists in the world. Like, when those competitors, they practice multiple hours a day, multiple days of the week. So I feel like, and if it makes you happy, like don't think about what other people are gonna think. Cause I feel like a lot of people fail because they're scared of the success they're not having in the moment, or they're scared of what they won't have. Yeah. I feel like, look, just go ahead. It's a dream for a reason. Like, you only got one life. Cause if you die tomorrow, you would still be upset that you didn't do it. So I feel like, look, that's true. Live like there's no tomorrow.
So is there any artists in the city of Philadelphia that you like, that you look at for like motivation? They could be already mainstream, or just people that's want to come up.
I feel like I like Core. Like, I love how he's like, cause he's so low key with it. Like, he's not the type of rapper where he's like, oh, like everyone else who kind of comes up, especially because like a lot of rappers are very young and like they're affiliated with a certain lifestyle. But to me, he just seems chill, especially because he was out. Like, I remember hearing about him when I was in middle school. Yeah, and he was rapping all stuff that was still different than what he's doing now. And it's like looking at him, even when I didn't even know who he was, and I just hear about the name, I'm like, yo, he really was putting in work, and he's still humble with it. And I feel like our city is a good foundation for him. Like, that's what I look forward to. Like, I would want my city to be a good foundation of support, like how we are a good foundation for him. Yeah.
And then I tell people too, man, I had a conversation, right, with somebody when it comes to like Core, for instance, right? Everybody say, when is he going to get that record? When is he going to get to the next level and stuff like that? I tell people all the time, I feel like he is at the next level. He is. Because I'm going to be honest with y'all, it's not that many people I can name that come from this city that after 10 years, people still care about you releasing music.
And he's independent too, I believe, right? Yeah. So it's like, to be independent And I think he had like the #1 album like on Apple Music for like a couple of weeks. I'm like, man, I feel like it's like to be independent and like to be like as good as he is and as humble as he is, like he is at that level. Like I feel like people look at mainstream as like they think it's like a steady uphill of like glamour and build, but I feel like he's doing it the right way. I feel like he got the money. He got the money. He happy it seems, but not that it's about that. But you know, I feel like he's got it.
I seen people. I've been to Core concerts many times. Like I seen people in the front row crying their eyes out rapping his lyrics. Right. I feel like that's the goal right there. Because I think in today's game, right, people look at the top person as like, all right, if I'm not where they're at, I'm a failure.
Exactly.
You know, like I tell people, it only could be one Drake, one Lil Baby, one Jay-Z, one Nas, one Jadakiss, one Meek Mill, and stuff like that. So I just tell people all the time, man, you gotta just look at your overall situation. Like, yo, you've been in the game for 10 years.
Right.
Dropped many projects, a couple gold singles and stuff like that, a couple millions of views on YouTube. Not many artists never had over 100,000 views on YouTube.
Right.
Over the course of their career. So I tell people all the time, man, like, yo, that's because he's not at the Drake level or Meek Mill level does not mean he's not a failure. He's at his level.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like each artist has their own individual route they gotta take.
And he owns all this stuff. I feel like also people don't like think about just like the business part of it. Like they think, and especially a lot of these artists that you probably see that you think are at the height, a lot of times be broke, or they're paying back the label because it's like a loan that you get. And they fighting to own their masters, like Taylor Swift. Like as big as she is, she just now had to buy back her masters of stuff that she wrote and she sung. So it's like there's different levels to everyone. Like you said, everyone's goals of what is success. But I'm like, you know, he got like to be owning all his stuff and to be doing so good. I feel like that also should be the goal. Besides what the internet decides to show you, because the internet is fake, y'all. They put it on. It's very calculated. So.
And then also with the internet being fake, right? That topic. People gotta stop looking at the internet and also like comparing it to their own life. You know, and I see a lot of people doing that. And a lot of these people that y'all are, how can I say, trying to mirror their life.
Definitely.
It's really not like it's really not real. I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Do not stress yourself out trying to chase what this person has or got. Oh, y'all see people with 50K likes. People are buying fake likes. Just saying, people are buying fake likes and people are buying fake followers and stuff like that. So stop thinking that people are so much above you when the whole time you're being your authentic self. And it's really always important to be yourself, man. Because I tell people all the time that like you really don't want to fall victim to like the consequences of not being yourself, and such as like putting yourself in the wrong predicament, wrong situations, drama as well. You can get put in a lot of drama from not being yourself and acting out of character.
Right. Yeah. Especially I feel like once you stop like. Once you feel you have to cater towards like other people just to satisfy their opinions, I feel like it's like you start feeling like you have to give a duty, like it becomes a job. Like it starts draining you because you're doing it for them. Are you really happy if everything that you're doing or is for like other people? Like, even when I was like releasing like a few songs or something like that, it was like I realized I would start getting beats. Like I didn't release them ever, but I started trying to cater toward like I guess the music standards now is kind of like very much lower, than how they used to be. Yeah. So I feel like I would find myself like, this is what they were like, or this is what be popping instead of like doing something with substance. Because I feel like music with substance lasts better than like the trendy stuff. Should I say?
Yeah. So how do you feel about like when it comes to the trendy music? You feel like the trendy music is winning?
I feel like it's nothing wrong with like feel good or trendy music, but I feel like when that becomes the only standard, like I feel like people. Especially I feel like when the generation, like, well, at least the people who are even younger than us, like, I feel like at least we grew up on music that still has substance. We grew up in between where there was still music where, you can just twerk or just turn up and do what you got to drink to, and you have somebody that was still, like, spitting and saying some real stuff. I just, like, it needs to be a balance. Like, it's just too much. Oh, you can post this in the like I see like a few artists where you can't even understand what the hell they're saying. Yeah. And it sounds like it's a mix of like rock music. I can see what you're doing, but it's like it's like the voice is in a cheese grater, and I don't know. It just bothers me because I feel like there's so many real good artists out there, and art like labels will purposely choose an artist that's gonna last for 4 to 5 years, and that's being generous just to give them quick and a lump sum of money than someone who's gonna last an exponential amount of time and bring in like that same revenue. So it's just a stop, guys. Please take this as a sign.
I feel like too, man. When it comes to like, I listen to feel good music, but sometimes I ain't gonna lie, some lyrical music to me is like really cool. Sometimes like makes me feel good. Sometimes I think it depends on like the individual that's making the music.
Right.
Because some people did hit like a time where like, oh, I need some substance. I need to make some more substance music. And then some people are just in their feel good era. I feel like us as people, we both had that certain time in our life where we hit to the point where like, all right.
Right.
So some real stuff is happening. I'm going through certain things and stuff like that because I even seen the other day. It's like a few artists like I listen to like G Herbo, Meek Mill, and all them. They make like I say they make feel good music, but then also they make some music. I like
especially Meek. He knows how to put his heart. Like I feel like he's so into that music.
Yeah, I tell people all the time, man. Like not even to speak up or like to promote him, but he's one of my favorite artists. But like I hate that people like the internet stuff get in between of like the person as an artist like. Y'all be forgetting this is the dude that made championships.
Exactly.
I mean, Dreams and Nightmares, the album and stuff like that. It's a lot of like body of work. Like I be arguing with people on Twitter, like people are worried about like the Diddy situation and stuff like that. But like, I say, bro, y'all can say what y'all want about him, but y'all can't say he don't know how to make good music.
Exactly.
At all. Like I'm talking about like
Robbie's son. That's my song right there. Like.
It's like bodies of work. And also, let's be honest here, not many people. We said this in the beginning of the podcast. Last that long.
Exactly. And he's lasted so long. I remember being in the car and then I said church.
Yeah.
Like hearing that.
Yeah.
And that being so poppin'. And even see old videos of him rapping on the corner. Like he's been doing this for a real long time and actually to reach that success. And I feel like from a place that we come from and also an era where it's not like you can post a random video online and hope to get something with people in the background where people purposely do that now. With him, he was like that was a place where he was doing that to get some release. Like I feel like it was more so therapy towards him. For him.
Yeah, and it's a lot of artists now. I tell people like instead of talking about the people that's on and popping, study what they do a little bit. Not saying do everything they do because sometimes what certain artists do, like in general, may not match you as a person. I mean, you may not match morals or values, but at the end of the day, study longevity. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, you gotta think about like. What different things they do on a daily basis to get to where they at now. I mean, because being in the game for 3 years is a blessing. Honestly, now in this day and age, I see a lot of people that got popping songs 6 months. 6 months.
Everybody swear, they're the next big thing. Like they're gonna go and this and that, and then you don't hear about. Like I just think about so many like artists. I feel like a lot of times when it comes to like people putting someone on a pedestal like an artist, I feel like it's mainly towards rappers who kind of burn out more quickly. At least when it comes to music, like. Even when it comes to like singers, it's easy to be a trash songwriter, but you still have the voice to have people writing for you and stuff. I feel like when it comes to like these rappers, like think about the artists that we had, like the SoundCloud age. A lot of them we don't hear much of them anymore. You'll see them here and there, but you don't hear much about them at all. Yeah,
and I think it's too. I feel like I want to ask you this question. How do you feel about? Do you feel like industry plans is a thing?
I would say to an extent. I would say industry plans do exist, if I'm being honest. Like, I feel like they do throw somebody in there real quick, or like if they rise pretty quick. I feel like now people are using that term a little too loosely. That they called Doechii a freaking industry plan. I'm like, there's videos of her literally on YouTube grinding, even when she lost her job, even when it was what it is when she released that song, and nobody even knows it was her. Everybody was jamming that, no problem, but. When all of a sudden when it comes to like rapping now, they're calling it industry plan, but I feel like they do exist, but now people don't really know what that really means now.
Yeah, I feel like I think it's some do exist. I'm gonna be strictly honest with y'all, right? But when it comes to industry plans, like for our generation, I feel like it be just some artists. I see the interviews, I'll be like, all right, there's no way you made this body work. But you're giving this type of interview.
Exactly.
Like people be giving dry interviews, and when it comes to like their stories, like they have no substance in their story, or less like they're not telling the substance of their story, and like a lot of people become dry and stuff like that. It's like, all right, it's no way you wrote every lyric in this body of work.
Or some people just, I feel like now they're like trying to sell you a persona more than
image,
art. And
right.
It's like I've seen one where it's like, I don't know, it's like a certain type of. I don't even know what this artist's name is, or I just all randomly started seeing him, and he's like kind of edgy, like his thing is like edgy type shit, and it's like, and you just saw the blooper of him, like damn, I was too energetic, and he like cut the scene so he can like be more dry on like the GQ thing, and I'm just like, wow,
He's like an R&B artist or like a rapper.
I don't even know. He's some white guy with like blonde hair, and he's really skinny. And I probably heard his songs like on probably some TikTok edit. But I can't even distinctly, if you play a song by him right now, I don't even know that was him. But I don't even know his name. It started with an M. I don't know. I mean, no disrespect to that guy, but
no, it's all opinion, and it's like everything on this platform is just strictly our thoughts. It's not to hurt nobody at all. We're just giving our opinion on certain stuff. But to fast forward, right, when it comes to like your future plans with music, right? Do you have like a project in the works at all, or like an EP, or like a single?
I have a whole bunch of singles that I have that I want to release next. I feel like my thing that I'm focused on now, at least because this year I feel like it kind of in a way throws stuff at me. I feel like it was a pretty good year of what I've done, but I feel like I was mainly trying to focus on stuff visually, at least like a music video and stuff like that. Like with the next songs I'm trying to release is mainly singles to build up to an EP.
Okay.
For when I'm ready, because I haven't really been like, I've been listening to beats and stuff. I feel like I took a pause on writing because I don't know, maybe I've said everything that I wanted to say besides like a few other songs that I want to finish. But
so like, are you open to work with other creatives in Philly?
Oh yes, absolutely. As long as they're good, and I hope they know that I just come with a price. A lot of people don't really understand like the business parts come in. I feel like now I have a set price for a feature,
okay,
and like for like collab and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm definitely down. Like I have a few people that want to do features with me, and I've just been waiting because I had to wait for the music videos to drop for this, and now I'm going on vacation, and then a time I'm actually can put my all into the music. I feel like.
Okay, so do you like what would you say you specialize in, like hooks or like?
Definitely hooks. Hooks come really easy. I feel like the songwriting period I specialize at, and like just understanding what the song's trying to tell me. Because I feel like a lot of people, they just listen to the song and they just write, but it's like I don't know. I just write by the feeling or the vibe that the beat is giving me, the instruments, and even if it's like something tiny. But I feel like hooks, I can create a hook in like really like obviously really quick, like 10 minutes. Especially if I'm really feeling the beat, I come up with the first line immediately of hearing it. So I feel like hooks, phenomenal at lyrics. Definitely, it's like my strong suit.
Yeah. So do you have any like down moments when it comes to like? Because I feel like being a creative is very tough sometimes. At times, when it comes to you want to create like a body of work, it could be a song, it could be anything. Like you want to build a house or something like that. It's being a creative. So like when you have down moments in your like creative process of making music, how do you get out of that? Like,
I feel like sometimes, not saying I necessarily don't, because I feel like there's always that in the back of my mind, like, oh, like, because you're putting something out. I feel like it's so personal. I feel like it's always that voice, like, all right, don't put it out, or like, just wait, or what if they don't like it, or something like that. But
yeah, I
feel like it's sometimes I just feel like you just gotta live through it. Like, it's easy if you stop right now. I feel like then you're still gonna be right here in the same place. I feel like that's how I get myself out of things. Cause like regardless. If I'm down about something, or I feel like I'm not getting enough support or enough traction, or it's another artist that probably is like another TikTok sound that's just going viral, but it's nothing else comes from it. Like I feel like it's easy to get discouraged online. I feel like it's like, girl, you got to keep going because there's still people who listen to you. There's still people who actually like your music. Yeah. You're happy doing it. You know you're good, and even if you don't pop off, you know this is a gift that you have. So it's either you do it and you live no regrets, and it's going to take you to where it's going to take you. And if it happens, it happens if it's in the plan. Or you sit here and you stop right now and you literally go nowhere and you're just going to be upset regardless.
That's true. And I think like when it comes to like even like with the podcast, right? Because it was a time where like I wasn't releasing episodes because like different stuff behind the scenes was happening. And also like me, I ain't gonna lie, I was slacking. I wasn't really in that mode to really create content with other people due to like experiences in the past. But I was told by like a person one day, he's like a motivational speaker. It's really your dream at the end of the day. The stuff that you're chasing, you want to go to the next level. You say a lot of things. He just told me, he said, Sean, if you feel like you can make it to the next level, show yourself that you can at the end of the day. Because, like, excuses everybody has excuses for stuff. You know what I mean? And the reason, because me even working in the hospital, right, I hear people complain about the smallest amount of things, but then I meet people that's dying. Right. It's still smiling and stuff like that, right? I mean, so it's like, it gives me like another reason to go harder. Like, all right, it's somebody I heard that's going through something really 100 times worse than what I'm going through right now, and still has a reason to smile. You know, so just really chase this dream I have. Connect with different creators along the way and build stuff with them as well. So,
I feel that same way because I even like think about it like. You didn't take. Did you take Spanish in high school?
Yeah, I did. Unfortunately.
What was that? I don't know if she shows you that one like documentary. It was a documentary about the kids who were like poor in like South America, and they would like build instruments from trash. And it was like, even when you think about that, like they were so unfortunate in like their circumstances, but they still found a way to like do it. Like especially to make instruments from trash. It's like if they were doing that and this is something that they love and they found a way to do it, and they're very less fortunate than me or something like than anybody. It's like you said, you can do it. There's people who are going through worse who are smiling and pushing through, and there's people who complain about the stuff. So.
Yeah, and the reason, folks, for people that's watching, the reason I said unfortunately is because of the Spanish teacher we had at the time. Yes,
she was something.
Yes, she was. Shouts out to her though. So like life after high school, right? Do you feel like they taught us? Because for people that don't know, me and Anais went to the same high school.
Same class graduate.
Yeah. She had the pleasure of knowing me. When it comes to like life after high school, do you feel like high school taught us stuff that will help us in the real world?
I feel like in lots of ways, I feel like it did, but I feel like school doesn't teach students how to cater towards and I guess the way to put it is their niche. Yeah. Like they teach us the generics and stuff. Like I feel like we barely talk about, like we're not having conversations about George Washington and all the stuff that we learned in class. I feel like, like it just prepares you how to have structure, I guess. But I feel like to teach you something, unless it's something that goes along to the field of like math or like reading like literature or something like that. Other than that, I feel like, at least for me, not really. Besides, I guess, because I'm going to school to be a dental hygienist. So I guess like that would be from like Miss McCarthy. But
and for me personally, I learned stuff more from like my principal conversation with him rather than like our teachers. Now our teachers did a great job. Let's not get that
right. We had good teachers.
Misconstrued, right? But like I learned a lot from like social media too. That's why I tell people all the time. Social media is bad in ways, but like I learned a lot about stocks, dividends and stuff like that. Multiplying your money. 'Cause I feel like nowadays, like I'm not saying money is everything, but like each and every day we should have something in place, like a system in place that at least doubles our dollars each and every day when it comes to certain things.
Right.
And I ran into a few little like bumps in the road. They helped me in a way, like such as like sports gambling. But helped me out in many ways when it comes to like help me multiply my money, but also told me lessons about when I lost my money too.
Right.
And then also understanding like the power of a dollar. Like I hear people now saying like, oh, $10,000 is not that much.
Right.
Or $100 is not that much, but like to a person that don't have it,
that's a lot. And I feel you got to know how to make it stretch, because a lot of people don't know how to like hustle or survive. Like at least I know me. I've been through things. Like I feel like sometimes I live multiple lives, or like I live more than a life than I allow people to know. And it's like I live lives where I know how to survive. I make that $10 stretch. Like what are you talking about?
And then when I hear people say 10,000, 100,000 is not enough money, and I hear their reasoning, I'd be like, all right, this is like the main thing of y'all topic is materialistic stuff.
Yeah.
I tell people all the time, $100,000 going to be a long time, especially while I'm still working, because of the fact of like if we're just doing this on a like helping with the basic survival needs. Rent, groceries and stuff like that. I don't know, $100,000 for some people rent. That could be 10 years.
Right.
You know what I mean? So how much money can you save for your regular job, working every day? You got $100,000 and it's for 10 years straight.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that's over like 200 paychecks right there. You can save some money with that. So I think it just falls in line with people like, all right, what do we value? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
At the end of the day. So when it comes to like your career, right? I want to ask you this question because anytime I speak to somebody that does music, I feel like music is very hard to do.
Right.
In a sense, right? Some people say it's easy, but to actually do it at a high level when it comes to your voice, especially if you're using your real voice, not no auto-tune, stuff like that. And also putting your feelings out there to the people, opening up. I feel like to do music, you have to open up, especially singing and stuff like that. So like when it comes to like opening up with your music, is there anything that you try to hide from like your audience, or did you just let everything out?
I would say I feel like there's still certain things that I'll be comfortable talking about, like, or sometimes I'll begin to write a song, or I'll be like, okay, not right now. Like I'll probably stop myself from doing it, or even like releasing it, because it's like, okay, maybe in a year down the line, and it's not even just because I want to get more established, or and like that. But I feel like I haven't reached that level of comfortability with still sharing myself with other people. I feel like it was hard at first being vulnerable, like even to write like certain stuff, like I guess like a song like Doubts, for instance, because like a lot of my emotional songs, even like my up songs, there's still stuff that I really feel and sometimes don't even realize until I listen back to it. Like the other day I was listening to Doubts and I was like, damn, or not Doubts, I was listening to an unreleased song. I was like, damn, I really wrote that. And it's like sometimes I don't realize it because you just going at it, it's something that's in you. But I wouldn't feel like it's hard with certain things. I feel like I'm just trying to hide maybe like personal aspects that people may know about, or that has situations that deal with other people. Like say if I want to write about something like that deals with my family, I wouldn't necessarily put that out yet. I wouldn't say anything about that because it not only doesn't involve other people, but that's just something that they might listen to and they still would have to see me from an outside point of view of just probably their sister or their cousin or something like that, or just a friend. You have to like see me as Anais the person. Yeah. And I'm very cautious about being perceived. Like even like I guess even through school, I wasn't the type that really showed I guess like my true self or something like that. I'll be joking around, I'll be funny or something like that. Yeah. But I wasn't really like, oh, this is Anais, this is that. Like I'm not that type of person. Period. So I feel like I don't know, showing more of me besides like I guess that anger or like I said, just stuff that involves other people, like family stuff.
Yeah, I feel like with like sports, music, this being famous, period, people are invested in other people's lives. Yes. You know, and that's why I asked that question, because like being perceived in a certain way, like because like I see people now on the internet, like people are really depicting somebody's life. Mm-hmm. Every situation somebody goes through, people know somebody's grandmom that they never even met before the actual person knows. You know,
and it'll be something like, and it's funny because I'll see comments of people dissecting like a 15-second clip, or sometimes it's like a joke, or it's like a little snippet of something, and then like paragraphs and I really come like, oh guys, these people are really like insane, like, or y'all are too invested. Like, even when it comes to celebrities, someone followed someone. How do you even know that? Like, how do you know that Selena Gomez unfollowed somebody? Like, it's weird, or they're out with them, or like, even if like, to me, if I don't look at celebrity as like, I'm not like a fan of anyone, like, oh, I like your work, I like to do this. So like when people like they go out and they like record as people, and we're supposed to be having a good time, like it's just, I don't know, like you said, like they're too invested. And I feel like the internet made it worse, because before it was easier because we didn't share our lives as much on the internet. Like at least with Instagram, you can only post 15-second videos when we first got it, or like photos at a certain point. So even like with Snapchat, that was still pretty big, but I feel like social media makes it easier than when you can just look at a magazine and be like, oh, this is what they put out, and not know. Like, even when it comes to like celebrities, at least I feel like they were allowed to have at least some things more private. And now Instagram, people want to see, you can see what they're doing right now at this second, and it makes it, I don't know, less personal, should I say.
Yeah, I feel like too. I just feel like you gotta be a special type person, right? To see like a celebrity in a restaurant and pull your phone out and record them. Yes. You know, I seen the people like even with like LeBron, right? I seen a group of people sitting outside a restaurant that he was sitting outside of, eating, just looking at him.
Yes. Or they like do the sneak photos when they're like trying to get them in it, and it's so weird.
Yeah, I was like, yo, you gotta really be in a crazy place in your life to really stand outside a restaurant just to watch a grown man eat with his family. Exactly. You know, I understand he's a star. I'm a LeBron fan as well, but it's like, wow, it's like, bro, like, come on now. Right. Like, you just really wasted an hour of your life.
And then they just be screaming. Like, I'm the type where it's like, if I see you, I'll be like, because I saw Prodigy from Mindless Behavior. Like, he was in Target, and I saw him, and I was like, wait, are you like, you Prodigy, just to make sure? Because like, oh, you know, he was part of my childhood. I'm not gonna lie, I was telling that to Mindless Behavior. And I was like that. Like, I didn't ask for a picture or anything. Like, mainly because, not that I necessarily didn't want it, but like, you're shopping and going about your day. Like, to me, it's like, I saw you. I know I saw you. I'll probably tell someone. But it's like how people bug them, or like they'll get mad at them for not wanting to get a picture. Like you said, he's out with his family. Like, a lot of people come up to them while they're eating and be like, "Can I have this picture? Oh, this is I love you." Or it's just like, damn, back up, guys.
Yeah, now granted, right now, say well, not say when like the podcast get up there, like add to the convo, the clothes and stuff is up there, and I got like different supporters. If somebody like want to take a picture with me, that's cool. But I feel like too, though, I feel like it definitely is like the situation and like the setup too. Like if I'm out with my family and stuff like that. Now if I'm out waiting for my car to get the drive up with, like in the valet and stuff like that, I'll take a picture. Cool. And also, every people approach too. Yeah. People walk up to these celebrities and be like, "Yo, I need a picture, bro. Like, just instantly put the camera out. Exactly. Yeah. So I wish people would put somebody. I wish people would put themselves in the person's shoes that they're judging too.
And they'll be like, oh, they signed up for that. I'm like, that they wasn't in their contract. At least they're talking about like basketball. At least they signed a contract to play ball. That's it. They didn't have a contract like, yeah, you know who I am. Or like singers is like, no, I my job is to make music or act or whatever it may be. But I feel a lot of people are they're so entitled to another person.
Yes.
I feel like they don't look at them as like people. They're like, oh, even like when they're sad, oh, you're a celebrity, why are you upset? Like, you're rich, why are you upset? Like, as if money will control like certain factors like that.
Yeah.
People are just, I don't know.
And like once you get hit a certain amount of money too. I haven't hit the certain amount of money yet, but like you realize money really isn't everything. Mm-hmm. I mean, we needed to live. I mean, because like it costs to live and it costs to die. But like at the end of the day, like money isn't everything to the point where you can say, all right, oh, why are you upset? You have money. No, man, it's certain like problems in people's lives that. Oh, excuse me. Oh man, my fault. But it's certain things in people's lives that like money can't fix. At the end of the day, mm-hmm. For the simple fact that like, all right, I lost my child, I lost my mom, I lost my uncle and stuff like that. It's certain things that like that cause depression that like I can't pay for my mom or dad or sister or anybody I lost to get back. Right. You know, and then and also too like when it comes to having money, like you gotta understand like you're getting fame and money as well. They say you gotta pay the cost to be in that position by losing certain friendships, mm-hmm. relationships as well, through the entitlement and stuff like that.
Exactly.
So would you say that you're ready to lose, not saying ready to lose friendships or like ready for the switch up when it comes to people?
I would say just about. I mean, I keep my circle pretty small.
That's good.
And even just for certain reasons, like I feel like I'm already at the point where I accept certain things, like not just from certain people, where now it's like certain things I'm not going to accept. So it's like, even just for the well-being, regardless of for my career, it's like, all right, if you piss me off today, if you cross a certain boundary, it's like, we're not going to talk anymore. I'm the type where, even if we're close, if you disrespected me, I can go the next day without talking to you. Like, I've done that to people. I'll go talk to you, not talk to you for 2 weeks, look you dead in the face like I don't know you. But I feel like, yeah, because at least I'll be happy. And I'm not the type where I'll just probably, like, cut them off or something. Like, oh, I'm going up here. It's more so, like, if you can, like, am I getting, like, fulfilled out of this relationship, should I say? Yeah. Especially, I feel like while you're like, and especially navigating this, I feel like it can be very lonely in a way, because it's like so you can't take everybody with you on your journey. So it's just like, damn, like I want you here for this, or be here for this certain situation. A lot of people aren't, like they're probably not going to be, but I feel like I said, sacrifice you got to make, because if you can't be here now, then it's good that you're leaving anyway, because I'm going to need somebody who's really going to stand down when I'm at a certain point and need people I can trust.
That's a fact. And then another thing I wanted to talk about, when it comes to like relationships, right? Would you say, are you in a relationship right now?
No.
Would you say like us as people, I know this something, right? I saw something on TikTok. Do you feel like we give up too quick with people?
Yes, definitely. I even find myself like, I guess I'm doing it sometimes, like with people, even if I'm talking to someone new, because I feel like the dating pool is kind of trash. Like, I can have like situationships or something like that, but I feel like for me to really want to be in a relationship,
she said situationship. That's hilarious. That's one like word I feel like our generation made up that is hilarious when I think about it. Like situationship.
Fling, should I say? I feel like I can do that, but and I wouldn't mind that. Like, I have plenty of opportunities, but I feel like you would want someone who's really going to be like someone you can talk to, who you can not only just do those like extracurricular activities with, but who understands you. And it's feel like if I would want someone to be in a relationship with me, like, you got to be worth it. Like, I'm not just, I'm the type where I don't care about wasting my time. I would not do it. It's too much work. But yeah,
I feel like we give up on relationships too quick, and also we give up on friends as well.
Definitely
too quick.
And I feel like they give up on friendships faster than relationships. Should I say?
And I feel like when it comes to like the friendships and also relationships as well, now it is certain things that people do that you can't forgive. You know, you actually can forgive certain most things, but like it's a few things like, all right, this just isn't going to work.
Right.
And I had to understand that too. Like, all right, I want this person to be in my life, but at the end of the day, what you want may not be the destiny of what you got going on. I mean, so I want this person to be in my life for the rest of my life, but this was meant to be in my life for like 1 year.
Exactly.
Like certain people have 1 minute, 2 minute, 2 month, 3 months, or 3 weeks of interaction in your life that is actually meant. Because like you gotta think about this. It's a person that you probably was only talk to like for a week,
right,
and never talk to them again. You know, so I had to realize too. Also, breakups and makeups happen for a reason as well.
Exactly.
Yeah, but I feel like us as a generation, we give up too quickly when it comes to certain things. Like now, cheating. All right, I understand cheating, giving up on cheating.
Right.
But when it comes to like disagreements too, you know what I mean, like having an argument, I feel like people give up too quick. Like,
Exactly.
Like I feel like you break up after an argument, it's kind of crazy in a way. Also, depending on what was said, but like in a sense, it's like, all right, everything you said you wanted this relationship to be, you give it up like this because of one argument.
Exactly. And I feel like definitely like going through that, because I feel like I'm the type where I'm a die-hard trier. So if I know I care about you, then I'm going to put myself out there. And I'm, like I said, I'm not the type to be vulnerable. So even if I'm not the type, I'll put my pride aside, do it because I care about you. Okay. And like you said, like, even if me trying and they're still not trying to be there, that person wasn't meant to be there for that long. Maybe you was like, and I'm the type where I look at my life and like certain things I go through, like do patterns. Like, well, I realized that I went through this and it made me change in this way, in a good way, even though it hurt. Like now I'm different because of it. Now I can write these songs because of that scenario that happened. If I didn't let go, or even if I was still in that situation, I would have lost myself in it. And it's like, I wasn't supposed to be with like, and especially the show, shout out to the show Forever, but it was an ending, and I don't want to spoil it for anybody. It was spoiler alert. They like, when they broke up so they can like go to college, he was like, maybe we weren't meant to be together forever. Maybe we're supposed to be the people that we remember forever. And I feel like that hits deep, because it's like, okay, we weren't supposed together, but the connection that we had, or wherever it may be, it was meant to be a statement point in our lives to make us grow in this direction or change us like in a certain way.
That's what's up. That's actually dope. Actually dope. I feel like it also, like in relationships too, I had to realize I'm still young.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, I'm still young, and even though I have a daughter, and she's about 15 months there. Well, I'm gonna say one. Everybody get mad 'cause I say 15 months instead of one.
But they say it's different stages, so I'll allow it.
Yeah.
15 months.
So I had to realize, like, I'm still young. I'm still learning. I may not be the best dad. I may not be the best boyfriend. I may not be the best son or the best sibling and stuff like that, or best cousin and stuff. But also, like, if you're trying, that's still a plus at the end of the day. And I had to tell people too, like, your significant other may not be doing like what you want right now, but at the end of the day, if he's trying,
right,
I feel like that's putting the foot in the water, the first foot in the water.
You gotta find them people that's gonna do just as much for you as you would for them. But a lot of people, like I said, they're their own person. You can't expect people to be like mind readers in a way. Yeah. Like you said, they're trying. Like at least they're on their way to make the change and they care to do so. Because people will just put our words out there and be upset about it, and then the next moment, what they were like, oh, I'll try, that meant nothing in the moment. Like actions speak louder than words. So
yeah. And do you feel like when it comes to not even just relationships, friendships as well, and also with family, do you feel like it's a reason why, like, men, for instance, don't open up?
I feel like it's mainly because of society. I feel like it's also, like, as much as, at least from my experience, a lot of men say, oh, we're going to make fun of men. I'm like, no, a lot of women want you to be more emotionally expressive. Not saying where you're, like, totally an open book, that everybody's different, but I feel like it's just society, like, of how they feel like a man should be. And even when I see videos, it's like a lot of other men, like, because you have a lot of male friends, so I feel like when it comes to men, how you act goes off how other men treat you. Should I say, like, when you bring a girl around, you know, oh, what's up, oh, I see you, grandson, or whatever it may be, or like I said, a lot of stuff I feel like what you guys do caters towards other men. So I feel like it's just society, and I guess how your friends might make you feel, and like a lot of stuff you might not be comfortable with, but. Yeah, I feel like you guys gotta open up. It's okay. Especially, I feel like when you come to a certain age, too. Because some men will be like, oh, because this and that. But I'm like, all right, bro, but you're 30. Like, at a certain point, I feel like you have to make the steps yourself to open up. But I feel like we don't give you guys the doors to, or we don't, like, we normalize it for you guys to act a certain way, or to not be tapped into your emotions.
Yeah, and then I feel like, for me personally, right, why I usually don't open up or be like really vulnerable with like females or just people, period, because of the simple fact of that, like, people like for our day and age, you're weak in a sense. I mean, and I've been like told like, oh yeah, you're a man, you shouldn't be feeling this way. And also, this is another thing I wanted to point out too. Women, not all women, right? I'm saying this. I can't say men. I'm saying this from a man's standpoint. Like when you like open up or become vulnerable or like show like a little feminine energy, they weaponize of a man being of opposite sexual orientation.
It's like that, and I hate that because I see the comments where it's something like normal or a dude he'll like be having fun with his girl, like said this acting goofy or doing something and come sassy, they're probably sassy. I'm like, dang, men can't do nothing. Like, and I feel like that's when also women comes to play with that, is because. And also where it's rooted in homophobia, where it's like the homophobia is the reason why you guys can't be safe, because like you can't even laugh, or like I said, the guy he was like joking with his girl or something like that about like wanting to spend so much time with her, and like I guess in a way he started like acting like a girl because he's around her so much.
Yeah. And
then people come like, oh, couldn't be my man. I was like, and they're not giving you room to be safe. Like if you can't allow your man to be safe in your relationship, then I just feel like, what are you there for? Yeah,
so do you feel like women of today's time, and then also men as well, right? It could be either or. I mean, not just gonna make it fully about what women do. It's about both sex, right? Do you feel like they weaponize like being gay onto other men?
Definitely. Like I've seen it a lot. Like, and I feel like that's why we have so many DL men, because you guys are so homophobic. Like, they're so strict on what straight men do. That I feel like, even if a guy's like bisexual, because I feel like a lot of people, they like cross out bisexuality as if that is only straight or gay, when there's multiple like sexualities out there. But it's like the homophobia, it makes more DL men, and then it makes you, I guess, make men restrict themselves even more because of it. Like a dude can just be having fun and you're like, oh, that's gay, but now he doesn't want to be looked at as gay, so now he has to make himself more rock hard, like how his demeanor has to be because of that allegation, and he doesn't play that. Even if he's not bothered by gay people. Now he feels like, damn, this is rooted to, like, she takes that as being sassy. Now I can't do this, and it's like, it just bothers. Like I said, it just makes so much disharmony. Like I said, with DL men getting relationships with girls, and then they're complaining, and because they're like have a certain situation where they've been with a guy who was DL, that they start projecting onto other straight men, and then it just becomes a cycle. So definitely,
I wanted to ask you that because for like 3 days ago I noticed that like a lot of people weaponize calling somebody gay as like an insult, but then also another tip, they'll say they're for gay people. Like all right, you're calling this person this because like you call somebody a name, it's like 9 times out of 10 is a bad thing.
Right.
At the end of the day. So I just wanted to ask that. I feel like people weaponize stuff, but then also stuff that they're also support.
Exactly.
You know? So that's just one thing I wanted to touch on. But I feel like too, when it comes to people, us as people too, we gotta watch like the power of the tongue is real. You know, what you call somebody and stuff like that, because also suicide is a real thing too. And you calling somebody a name, and you never know when somebody's at their breaking point.
Exactly.
So how do you feel like when it comes to now, like with social media coming at people that they'll never actually meet, but it like, so like say somebody talk about you on social media, right? And you can spend the rest of your day like thinking about that, but then and the whole time they're spending the rest of their day lollygagging.
Exactly.
Not even worried about it. That's why I don't really pay attention to what people say at the end of the day, because people usually just say stuff to really ruin your day while they're enjoying theirs.
And I feel like that rage baiting, I feel like it's gotten out of hand now. Like now I'll just see stupid comments, or now like they do it specifically so people can talk to them. And I feel like I try to have integrity. Like that's one thing, even like I pray for, I act for. Even if I have like a thought where it's like, okay, that was a mean thought about somebody, sometimes I feel guilty, because especially if something they probably can't even help, or you don't know what they're going through. And like I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it's me like I can crack a joke, I can crack a mean joke. So sometimes I'll be like, all right, girl, like calm down or something like that. I try to, when it comes to talking about the people, I try to have integrity, because if it was me, or it can be me the next day, like even you laughing at someone because like a chipped tooth, or you don't like that, next you know your tooth is chipped or something like that. It's you now, and now you're that person in those shoes. So I feel like I try to stay away from it. And also I try not to, like, even now, like with the comment section on Instagram or like TikTok, like TikTok has gotten that way too now. Where now I'll just swipe off. Like I'm not gonna allow myself to get fed up in it and ruin my energy, because then next you know you riled up and they don't really care. They're doing it, and you might really care about the situation even if you don't. And then you just tap into their energy, and now you gotta cool down for like 5 minutes or however you know that person may work. So I just try to like stay away from it, and I just like turn off my, like, get off of that like feed or whoever it may be.
Yeah, because the reason I said the power of the tongue is real, because like people like a lot of people be at their breaking point, you know, and you never know what somebody's going through. But my problem is right, like well, the issue I deal with, I've gained the ability to hold my tongue in certain instances, right? Like I know we all had them like them times before, like somebody say something really crazy out of pocket, or you see somebody joke around, and I'll be in my head like, yo, I really could make this person cry,
right?
You know, and I feel like that was a skill I had to adapt, such as me becoming a grown man, and like understand like it's like a lot of things I can't do no more, or I just would look nutty doing this just because of like the state of like where I'm at in my life right now, because like I'll be like, yo, I like. This person would really never talk about me. Right. Like you lucky you haven't met 10th grade Sean or 8th grade Sean. I mean, so, but
brutal.
Yeah, it's like really brutal. But I wanted to say that because of the fact of like you have to grow as you get older. It's a lot of things we can't do no more. It's a lot of things I want to do, I want to say, but at the end of the day, it's like me being a father, me about to be 25 this month is like, yo, I gotta switch it up.
Right.
You know what I mean, for the better thing. So, but lastly, right, last question I wanted to ask you, when it comes to like your legacy and what you got going on, right, what's some things you would want to pass down to the younger generation when it comes to being a creative in Philly, chasing music, and also building up the Anais Mahogany name?
I feel like just feel free to like create and to feel things authentically. Because I feel like a lot of times like we can feel one way about something, then a whole bunch of people might feel different. You feel like you have to cater to those people's emotions. I feel like be the black sheep, like, and sometimes welcome pain, because that pain helps you grow. Like even what shout out to Browser in the Mario movie, Super Mario Bros. Movie, because he said pain is your best teacher. It's the best teacher, and I feel like it is. So like feel things, get hurt sometimes, mess up your knee or whatever it may take, go through heartbreak or. Sometimes you gotta break somebody else's heart. Just live, I feel like. Just dip and dabble. Yeah. Don't be generic. Don't stay in the box. But, yeah. And don't take things so harshly. Don't personalize things, I feel like. But I guess, like, for my legacy, I want to do other things, like, besides music. I would love to go to acting and, like, directing and even, like, just creating, like, just books. It doesn't stop here for me, I feel like. I would love, like, this is just the stepping stone, like, my true passion, but at least other things. But I just want to, like I said, be creative. Like, a lot of the things when it comes to movies that I would want to make or shows and storylines I would come up with is so different than what the industry allows. Like, I want to, like, break out of go in the industry and tear it up and just come in and ready to tear stuff up and be different. Like, set them off their axes, should I say. And that's with anything. Like, whether you want to be a business owner or just live a simple life, do it authentically as yourself.
It's true. And I just want to thank you for coming up on the podcast as a Convo Pod. She's been a long-time supporter of the podcast as well. And I wish you the best in your career. And also, I say this to every guest, right, that does music or has a business. I have upcoming plans and some projects coming up with a few artists, and I want you to be a part of it.
Of course.
And my goal is to really help y'all out, and y'all help me. And it's like a add to the convo is basically the name. I want to add to your conversation, you know, and add something different. It could be anything at all. You need help finding a videographer, engineer, or something like that, or you need something like executive producer or something like that. I'm here to help. And I go for all the up and coming guests. We are here to collab with y'all to make whatever y'all got going on better or help y'all enhance it in any way that we can. I just want to say thanks again. Please follow her on social media. The link will be in the description. Thank y'all for watching episode 24. Add to the Convo Pod.